I just want to tell you that it's such an honor to be here and to be on the stage with these wonderful young people and to share this musical experience. From the bottom of my heart, I'm having so much fun. So thank you for joining us today. And I want to express my joy and gratitude for watching the orchestra performed by my dear friend, Dieter Wolfhurst. I've known him for 20 years. Such a consummate musician and a wonderful human being. Let's give a round of applause again for the orchestra. This Florentino March was really fun, and we sort of whittled it down and changed a lot of dynamics and balance issues. We worked really, really hard, but the trumpets carried us through from beginning to end, and what a fantastic celebration that was. The very next piece we have is a piece called Tarantella, which is a dance that people do when they get bit by a spider to help get the poison out. And my friend, Carol Britton Chambers, actually I'm friends with her sister, Dr. Ruth Britton, but I do text with Carol Britton Chambers, the composer. She wrote this wonderful piece for a band, and it's very exciting, and there's some really cool solos. We hope you can tap your toe to Tarantella.
before we get to the next piece, we have a few items to go over while the percussion is setting up for their big one. We do have some scholarships to hand out and some opportunities for pictures and to see how long people have been here, so parents can get the cameras ready. But first off, scholarships. We had 4 individuals who are receiving scholarships to the Cazadero Music Camp this summer. The first one is Estrella Lopez. And I'm not sure I can get to everyone physically, so I'm going to have to give it to you later. But Kevin Lugo Bejarano. Ava Bowen. And finally, Alexander Lee. Now it's time to see who's how many little medal things they have. So if this is your first time in the CCS honor band, whether it be through middle school or high school, if this is your first time, please stand up. If this is your second time, please stand up. If this is your third time, please stand up. If this is your fourth time, please stand up. Now, it's tempting to think of the next two as people who are like 5th-year seniors and 6th-year seniors. That's not true. They actually they didn't, take extra years in high school. We're counting in middle school as well. But if you is your 5th time, please stand up. And I think we have one 6th-timer. Put your hand up because you're already standing. All right, you've had fair warning, parents. You can get the cameras ready. Front row, would you please stand up for pictures? Parents, come on down or move to where you need to take a good picture. You've got about 15 seconds.
I would like to introduce the next piece. It is called Industria by a composer named Alan Clark, and it is specifically a piece to highlight and feature the percussion ensemble. And interestingly enough, the wind and brass ensemble in the front of the stage is actually accompanying the percussionists, which is really kind of fun for the percussionists. So if you hear percussion much louder than the woodwinds and brass at times, it's because they are the feature. So we really, really hope you enjoy this piece. Following that piece is a piece called In the Gentle Rain that features many of our wind and brass players. And so we hope you enjoy these 2 pieces. Thank you. beautiful, right? So heartfelt and so beautiful. Students, I want to give you a message because, you know, on these concerts, we often have messages for the parents and the teachers, and all of that is wonderful. And sometimes we forget the message also for the students. And I want to tell you that music is a place where you will always belong. You will always belong in music. And I hope that you continue this through the rest of your life, whether from afar or in participation of. I hope you can continue playing and enjoying music and supporting your own love for music and others. It is so necessary. This weekend, we have learned to make space for other soloists in the room, how to be compassionate, how to care about people across the room, how to be vulnerable, how to believe in ourselves when it's challenging and hard, and how to be brave, how to be leaders. We've really worked hard. We've done a lot of hard work, and it hasn't always been easy. I came to see them for the first time on Thursday evening, and I felt like we instantly clicked, and that's because of the kind of human beings they are, and the kind of teaching they've had, and the kind of upbringing they've had. And so teachers and parents, I truly tell you, you have a wonderful, wonderful group of young people. I am so hopeful. I am very hopeful for our future after working with this group of students. So I think we should give them another round of applause. I also want to thank all of the Central Coast CMEA and all the teachers, administrators who have supported, and especially all the teachers who have been so integral in the success of these students. They sacrifice so much of their time, and I hope that you all continue to support their efforts in educating young people through music, because we truly do change people through music education. And so this job, I think, is one of the most important jobs out there. So thank you for your support. Thank you for the support that you've given to me and for the students. And also, I think that was it. Go through my list. The last piece is by a wonderful composer, Julie Giroux, and she writes fantastic pieces that just really capture my heart. You know, she just got this sound as a composer. And this piece, K2, is about this mountain between China and Pakistan that is really severe and really dangerous. And she's written this piece about a journey up to the mountaintop, and 1 in 4 people actually make it to the top. And so you'll hear these musical motifs like da 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 da, danger, danger, danger. You'll hear that through the piece, and then you'll hear wind, da 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 da, wind. That's the wind motif, and then you'll hear oh, which means death. And so you'll hear all of these very urgent and dangerous sort of musical motifs, and they really are just playing it so beautifully and so passionately, and we really hope you can sit back and enjoy it. Our very last piece for you, which is K2 by Julie Giroux. Thank you so much.